1, 2. Okay, the sound is good. Starting the live stream. The connection is good. Hi Ben, nice to meet you. You're the first one. Yeah, let's go. Let's taco. Yeah, the problem with this placard that I want to cover those two dots. Yeah, I don't like them. That's why I'm here in the center, and Let's Taco is here. Like it's partially visible. Let's Taco. Salam, salam. Hello, Dreammaker. Hello. Power Eric. Yeah, I'm good. And you? Yeah, just gonna maybe film video just once with Taco and maybe later on. Hi, Hawk. Hope you're doing great. Let's Taco, yeah. Hi, Betsy. Hi. What camera would you recommend me? Depends, Ben. Depends what you want. Tell me what you want to film. I miss the A10 though. Yeah, it's just for one day, I think. Just for one day. Maybe for the stream, and I will put my A10. I think it's kind of silly, you know, after all, to film with Trump. I think it was like, How do you find something funny for 1st of April? Maybe. Trump is silly, yeah. Sushimi, hi. Live and direct, hello. Hello, totally insane. Not my style, that poster, Dennis. It seems like, yeah, I for the regular videos, I gonna put some like usual placard. I think it's too much. Like it's childish. Dennis, do you think Israel has as much influence as European politicians as Israel has as much influence as European politicians? On the United States? No. Israel has more influence, of course. On the United States, of course. Yeah, very... Why very bad? It's very good poster. The idea is for MAGA supporters to burn their asses. You say it also... There was also waving Israel's flag? Really? Take picture and good video. But I don't know. What you want? Static, action, vlogs? Why do you need those? I can't recommend you without knowing what you want to film. The Christian riot is huge in the United States. I need to change my schedule because I wake up freaking every afternoon. I sleep during the daytime and I like exhausted. Yeah. Need to change something about it. That's the great poster, yeah. I like this poster. The film video for my family and take picture, Denys. Take picture. I don't know. I most of all use the camera. This one, DJI Pocket 3. But I do not recommend to purchase it now because they're up to release Pocket 4. But I'm not sure when they're going to release it. So Pocket 3, it's very nice camera. All of my integrations outside with extra wallets I filmed with other brands, yeah, mostly with extra wallets, yeah. I filmed on this camera. Yeah, it was fun. And it really gives a good quality. Also the video that I filmed on a pilot blog channel, just I think it was yesterday. I finally edited that video on pilot blog.
That you have just one single fuel tank inside the wing.
So
but what kind of?
This all filmed on this camera. It has a 1-inch sensor.
Gear lever, and you also have the indication. Well, just for students to get.
So it has a good, by the way, it's not blurry when you zoom it in. So it's very close. Yeah, it's a little bit blurred, but still recognizable. Yeah.
Well, just for students to get.
So it's a nice camera. Yeah, it's Sony. It's old school camera, but I still use it just for those kind of the videos. But of course, Pocket 3 is way better. Ooh, Pocket 3.
Haven't been flying for several months, so for me,
I have I have a problem with the hair. I need some transplant.
It was kind of difficult to get used.
I need to go to Turkey. Maybe now the situation is better, or maybe not. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm losing my hair. Anyways,
to the landing.
The video is I think it's good. The camera
Personally,
good.
I'm thinking actually to start my own like small camera.
Yeah, so Pocket 3 is my recommendation. Where I also view your channel. I think I also filmed recently on Pocket 3 one of the videos here.
Still, Iranian regime controls the power. How many?
Here I put 25 frames per second.
But to defend, and I'm very happy that other countries they realize.
Oh shit! The sound is.
It that they are not willing to deploy their forces for this stupid.
Also, you connect the microphone. Like your setup is very easy. Like you put this camera on a tripod. Tripod, by the way, could be very small because the camera is lightweight. So you put the tripod and you directly connect your microphone. Good evening, Mikhail. Thank you so much and greetings to Romania as usual. Thank you for your support. So you have this microphone which is versatile. It goes together with that camera. I recommend to purchase combo version. So you have a microphone, you have the camera itself, and you have extra battery. So this camera is fantastic. The only downside that the battery is not removable. Yeah, you cannot change the battery like on GoPro or Action from DJI Action camera or something like that. But you can connect extra handle, extra handle to charge the battery. And I use this small mic to connect to this mic that goes, DJI mic too. Just for better audio quality. Yeah, that's it. But this is also okay. So I really enjoy my setup with Pocket 3. And just in case I purchase aftermarket this handle for it, so it just connects here. One more big battery just to charge, to have some of the battery life just in case I need it. So one battery handle smaller, one battery handle bigger, battery inside the camera. So I think total I have for around, well, at least 4 hours. I have maybe 5 hours, which is more than enough for filming all the day some of the events. So it's good, and also it's very fast rechargeable. Nice taco, yeah, nice taco, Mikhail Chim. And thank you again, Mikhail Chim, for support. So it's the best, I would say, the best purchase I have for the gear, for the filming gear. If we speak about relation quality and money spent, and all it goes to this tiny bag, more or less tiny, and that's it. Also, if I need to put it somewhere like I do it here, I just take tripod with me, which is also not that big. Well, I have Sony, like fancy Sony camera. By the way, I forgot where I took it, where I put it. I remember, it's downstairs. Ilikari, thank you so much for your kind support. Thank you. Thank you. So that camera, of course, is better. Of course, it is good, but the price is incomparable. It's like maybe 6-7 times more expensive. Denys, do you miss flying 737? Yeah, sometimes I miss, but in general, I'm more satisfied right now. During my trip, my mic mini worked great. Oh, nice. Yeah, mic mini is also good. You, by the way, may connect mic mini to that camera as well, to Pocket 3. Yeah, so Pocket 3 is like the best, but it's not versatile. It's not like the action camera. Some people prefer to film on the action cameras because they're like weather sealed. They don't care about dust. They don't care about water. This camera is kind of gentle, yeah, but it has the gimbal. It has like stability. It has better picture because of the bigger sensor. 1-inch sensor. It's great. I wonder what kind of the new camera they want to release. Me from a comment from yesterday, could you put an argument against my Trump is a Russian asset? Claim considering Trump has only showed interest being present after Russia annexed Crimea. Like there are no proofs that he is a Russian asset, but he loves Putin, that's fact. My hometown is technically Detroit, that traditionally considers conservative stronghold, but in recent years it began to shift more liberal. Oh, nice. Thank you, Betsy. This poster is truly groundbreaking. However, A10 workload is 110,000 times more beautiful than Trump. Yeah, it's just for laugh, you know, I put it. Today I'm gonna record the video. I'm gonna put my standard poster. It's there. They're all magnetic. I can remove, I can put whatever I want. Then is your Ukraine update. Then is, I don't know, I haven't filmed it yet. I'm like, I'm in low of energy. I decided to at first to stream and later on maybe film the video. Thank you, Ben. Denys, what do you know about Georgian religion? How capable they are? They used to be capable. I don't know. I haven't heard about them for a very long time. I think the sound is a bit distortion. I like the other nice mic, honestly. Yeah? Why it's... I don't hear any sort of the distortions. I think that this mic is the best one. The best one I have, but one more is coming. One more super mic is coming. Yeah, thank you so much, Ever. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to press like, guys. Thank you. Any update on ongoing situation between Iran and the United States? Did the invasion took place? Not yet. Well, they bomb Iran, that's it. But no general news coming. And the war in Iran has triggered opposition to go against Trump in those... Yeah, of course. It's not popular at all. Especially deploying the ground forces. Did they enjoy carrying? Carrying? Crane, I think it's... Or how it's called. You live near the Alps, right? You live near the Alps. Have you gone climbing for real? No, I don't do like this extreme climbing. No. I may hike in the mountains, but not climbing. I don't have physics for climbing. The game is nice. I like it. There is always someone in the chat whining about something. Yeah, as usual. How is your weight, Denys? It's alright. It's now stable. I want to lose more. Do you think Israel will end up opening the churches fully for the other religions like they just closed down the Catholic one? I don't know. I don't care about them, really. I don't. Hi, Pipe Nakado. Nice to meet you. Now this mic is the best. Yeah, Coxter Mobster, I also think this mic is the best. But could be better. Maybe the better one is coming. I already, I guess, showed you. Ground troops, I think, will be the final straw for Americans. Yeah, especially if Iranians would use FPV drones. That's the problem. Are you happy? Then it's not really. Like what? The happy. Have I ever been happy? What do you mean happy? Like, no, I'm not happy. Pressed via some about. Thank you, totally insane. There is the problem with your voice. All is clear. No problem with the voice. Okay. Let's tackle looks awesome. Yeah, it's just, I think it's after all too childish. I think on my main channel I will not put it. Maybe sometimes I'm gonna film with Let's Tackle. FPVs have already cost the United States billions. FPVs? I think no. Why billions? Why FPVs cost billions? Yep, it's mic you ordered in the exact replica of the Sony. Yeah, the mic I ordered is the not exactly the exact replica. But it's very close. I haven't yet paid fully for this one, but yeah, so the price 2,390 plus 154 shipping and maybe taxes also I have to pay. So this is replica indeed of Sony C800G, which costs right now around $20,000. 20,000. So this is roughly 10 times cheaper. People say that in the reviews, not on this website, but in general in the reviews, that it's very, very, very close to the real one. And what they use, the capsule being of 90% of the microphone tone has been with the best replica we could find. SA800G features custom-made capsule based on 1970s vintage set of original K67 back plates, which offers the same marvelous top end as the C800G is known for. It utilizes brass rings and secure. So, yeah, and then I put it to the YouTube. Like the main reason for me was to order this one because it's the closest possible replica to the real one. So for example, mic A, yeah. So one of those mics is Sony, one of those mics is STEM. They're visually identical. But this, like, mic A and mic B, for me, they sound almost similar. This is the comparison video.
So you think you can tell heaven from hell?
Oh, we have a fighter jet flying. Geo shut down the microphone.
Blue skies from pain. Can you tell a grim fear from a cold steel rail? A smile from a veil. So you think you can tell heaven from hell? Blue skies from pain.
I'm muted. Thank you so much. Yeah. No sound. Yeah, I forgot to switch it on. So, like mic A and mic B, they sound similar, but after all, mic B, I think, is Sony. Yeah, but the thing is that people in the comments they don't know. Some say A is STEM, B is Sony. Some prefer A over B. Some say that mic A is Sony. So one mic is freaking 20,000. The other mic is 10 times cheaper. So if people in the comments, they cannot find the difference really, but for me, mic B sounded better. I don't know. They do not specify in this video which mic is which, but that's the main thing, yeah, about it. And inside, I saw that everything looks so good. There are other replicas, like for example, Warm Audio. They also produce the same mic, but this is the closest one. And this is this inside. Some guy opened it. So the mic capsule, it goes the scheme here, and the tube is here, the lamp, yeah, and the tube itself. And all of this is for cooling. This part is for cooling. That's why there are so many ribs to cool down this tube. And it looks solid inside. So yeah, I really want to have this kind of the toy for my collection, let's say. I know I'm gonna sell my Louis 1040 because after all it's not the best sound. I'm not disappointed, just it doesn't work for me, Louis. And it's too big, I think, for... This is smaller than Lyut. Then I record videos on Lyut. It was taking half of my face on that. The sound was okay-ish, but I think even this microphone from Neumann, it sounds way better than Lyut. And it's very simple. Like I'll say, anyways, I can sell stem right away for a little, maybe for a couple of $100 lower price, if I wouldn't like the sound, and it will be sold right away because there is huge demand on those microphones. There are pre-orders, and yeah. So I just want to experiment a little bit. The sound almost the same, but the price difference is 10 times. Yeah. Why I decided? Because people couldn't tell the difference. I'm thinking about some of the voiceover projects already, some of the audiobooks, but it's just maybe for the future. Maybe it's better podcasts, podcasts. Podcast is nice, and the design is great of this mic. Yeah, it's fantastic. So the tube is here, and this is I can I can imagine it. Then it comes, people in the main channel, some of the guys who know how microphone looks. I mean, that Sony, very expensive. They would be shocked, like, Denys, you used the most expensive microphone. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, because the stem, the logo, it is pointed towards you, yeah? So you don't know what mic is what, because it looks identical. Would be funny to check out the reaction. But I'm just a sick guy. I just like the gear. Not the video gear that much, but audio gear I like a lot. It's my new sickness. And I don't understand how I cannot watch my videos. Like 2 years ago or something, the audio was so terrible, but somehow people watched me. And I got like 3 times more views than right now. Crazy. The mic was really terrible. Echo sound. The room was not treated at all. It's right now I have those panels everywhere out there, and less echo. I have new interfaces, new microphones, but before it was like, and my voice was terrible before. But now it's all right. Okay, let's go to the news. What did they say? There was the press conference of Caroline, more clear. Expensive microphones but cheap headphones. Yeah, if you watch me on the phone, I think you will not find the difference, but for me it's critical. Reporter, the president said we must blow up and completely obliterate all of their generating electric plants. Oil. Yeah. I think I should find it somewhere about obliteration. This Trump's new tweet. I think he posted it somewhere. This morning, I think he posted it. About obliteration. Yeah, there is nothing yet. I think Sternenko, he usually retweets those posts of Donald Trump. Oh, yeah. I haven't read it, but the United States of America is in a serious discussion with a new and more reasonable regime to end our military operation in Iran. Great progress has been made, but it's the same as with Russia. Great progress, great progress, great progress. If for any reason a deal is not shortly reached, which it probably will be, and if the Strait of Hormuz is not immediately open for business, we will conclude our lovely stay in Iran by blowing up and completely obliterate all of their electric generating plants, oil wells, and Hark Island, and possibly desalinization plants. So potentially the biggest war crime, yeah? All of the generated. So it's... oh, sorry. It's the strike on Iranians, not Iranian regime. This will be a retribution for our many soldiers and others that Iran has butchered and killed over old regimes. Okay. So he threatens with the war crimes. I see. Just stop talking, Taka. Yeah. Expensive microphone, yeah. Your voice has ended deeper, yeah. Talk about wanting your own audio recording studio. I think that is a good idea since you are naturally so enthusiastic about the sound. Yeah, but it would cost a lot, like potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, and like, I'm not sure if I'll earn something from that. You know this, folks, and keep saying on this shit going great, like the longer it goes, the more and more understands that there is no plan at all. Yeah, I think that there is no plan. There are no negotiations, check international news, do nothing. Yeah. Should use voice change over just for fun. Yeah. When the Trump is again talking shit about Europe, he will keep waiting for ships. Okay. The only good thing about the world today is that I have barbecue and baked beans and hamburger buns all chewed up. Oh, bon appetit. Baba. Yeah, Johnny, thank you. But it is just for the stream. I'm gonna remove it for the next video. For the channel, yeah. Gonna remove it. Taco. Was there some news from the front lines? Okay, we have some. Pew. Okay. What is this? He wants to go. Okay, 28th of it was 2 days ago, or 1 day ago. Yeah, the day before yesterday. Enemy tried to attack. But where is it? Where it happened? They published the part of the materials. They say part of the videos, some of the vehicles. Okay, Russians are relaxing. Shit happens. One more video. Oh, the same vehicle and thermal camera, usual camera. Yep. Luckily they blurred Russians. Okay, it happened near Myrna, Zelený High, Ivankivka, Zelený Kut, Alexandrovka. Where the hell is this? Novopalka. Okay, this is Donetsk Oblast, at the border with Dnipropetrovsk Oblast. So 2 of the attacks, one is in Myrna, one near Zelený High and Ivanivka. All of them were kicked. Nice. In factum. Super. Half of the Russian was missing. Yep. So the president said that we might blow up and completely obliterate all of their generating electric plants, oil wells, Hark Island, and possibly all desalination plants under international law. Striking infrastructure is generally prohibited. Why is the president advocating potentially a war crime, and how do you square that with the United States aim does not target civilians? Their best move is to make a deal, or else the United States Armed Forces has capabilities beyond their wildest imagination. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Italy is considering purchasing two Turkish Bayraktar TB3. Okay. It's the new update of TB2. K9 for Romania. In South Korea produces the first unit for Romania. Okay. Artillery system. Nice. Oh, it's still floating. The Russian gas tanker Arctic Metagas, after an encounter with Ukrainian UAVs and naval drones at a few dozen miles off the coast of Libya, is now being towed by Egyptian tugs to its final destination. Yeah, it seems like... How is it still floating? Yeah, they're separate parts. Yeah, it's partially flooded, but it's still floating. Very robust vessel. Very robust. I don't want the United States attack water and electric thing, but I know maybe he have zero strategy as Putin and doing the same Putin in Ukraine. Yeah, I think so. Maybe ship have compartments. Yeah, especially LNG tankers, they have compartments. Yeah. How can Trump get away with not having answer for anything he does? It's like he just let him go going around the globe and doing whatever he feels like. Yeah, the problem is that it seems like the world community and even the United States system itself cannot do anything with it. I think I use double negatives. Cannot do anything. Can't do a thing, or can't do anything. I think it's better to say, yeah, can't do anything. They can't do anything. It seems like. You know, they should be getting some of the interceptors from India. They are cheaper and it's better than nothing. India has interceptors. Interesting. Ukraine needs to be careful not to make environmental catastrophe by sinking ships. For LNG tankers, no. Dread shells high. LNGs, they don't make a catastrophe. Oil tankers, yes. But Ukraine hit just empty tankers. I'm not sure about Iran, by the way. Can't do anything. Okay, so it's can't is not a word. They do. Okay. Can't do anything. It's proper. Okay. Americans would be better off with the Westminster Parliament system, but it didn't exist at the time. I'm not sure. Well, they have what they have. I mean, it's not ideal from what we see, but somehow America still lives with the same system for centuries. The United States Army is now investigating the helicopter that was at Kid Rock's home. Fire! I thought he would salute. Yeah, interesting. Apache visits Kid Rock's home. Investigation has been started. United States is the democratic system since the Roman Empire, so they didn't have much to base on it. Okay. Imagine if Russians Baltic ports offline prematurely, the Strait of Hormuz closed. Who this gets involved again? Red Sea. Yeah. Red shells. Give a question, Danny. Why use British word more than American word? I use English. Some words British, some words American. I'm not sure what I use. The system was designed to appease everyone in from messy compromise. Don't get me wrong, your English is better than 80% of... I think it's charming that you pronounce catastrophe like the French do. Native English speakers say catastrophe. Catastrophe. I say catastrophe. Yeah, okay. Disaster. Catastrophe. Interesting. This is catastrophe. Apache Indian would be bombastic, but Apache helicopter is wrong, yeah. No, I don't, John. It's still like far to be perfect. Need to work on the vocabulary and comparisons, yeah. But I listen to, sometimes I watch streamers like Emiru, and I don't like the word parasite like. Sometimes I also use this word quite a lot, but I try to use it less than try to think how to use it, because then where is Emiro? Yeah.
That way for a while
Going
now.
missing. Gulp. Yes. Taco King, thanks for the 2.
She's still playing Resident Evil. I think I should also play it. I should finish it.
Says there's a treasure back here.
Sometimes she's not just playing, she's speaking with the chat, just chatting live streams, yeah. And she said like after in every freaking sentence. It was like so sometimes it's annoying, yeah. Yeah, the word parasite, we call it. The word parasite, and you use it unnecessarily all the time. Also Mr. Beast does it. The word like, and I think it's very popular, this word parasite. It was like, like this, like that. Yeah, I felt like that. You're a fan of them? No, sometimes I watch. I'm not the fan. Like. I'm not fan of anyone. Yeah, the most of all, I watch Moist Critical. Yeah, Moist Critical. Sasha Grey. She has her Twitch channel. Well, I don't like her really. It was just for fun for me to subscribe. I didn't know she has the streams on Twitch. Interesting. I don't like her because she received the Russian citizenship, but I think it was long time ago. porn star receiving Russian citizenship. Also, Steven Seagal. I don't know what is worse. Oh, there was also one of the fighters, like UFC fighters, I think, who received the Russian citizenship. UFC fight Russian. He's American, but he's Russian. Sitting then the sheep. Oh yeah. Jeff Monson. Fuck, he looks so creepy. He looks not creepy, he looks ugly. He's freaking ugly. Dumb fuck. I think he has a mental illness or mental sickness. Why Russia? Really, why Russia? Come on, let's watch. 1 year ago, so that's the new video. Why it's so loading so long? Error, press try again. Really?
So I get asked all the time, why did you choose Russia?
He's like this Neanderthal.
Why did you come to Russia? Why are you living in Russia? You could be anywhere in the world. And so there's quite a few reasons why I've chosen Russia. And I like to tell people, because I really feel it to be true, is that Russia chose me. Sometimes we're...
Okay. The ugliest motherfucker. What is the ugliest motherfucker they have? Okay, this one, let's choose him.
Where you were born is not where you were meant to be. And sometimes you grow up, living a life and thinking this is the way, that it should be, and loving everything about your hometown, and this is great. But when you get to experience the world and see different cultures, see different people, have a lot of different experiences, then you're able to really make the choice. Like, I choose this place, or this place has a special meaning to me, because you have other...
Oh, fuck. It's just a propaganda, guys. Those who were in Russia and used to live there for some time, they know the reality of Russia. And I was also living in Russia. At least during my line training. 3 months I was there in Siberia. No, it's all bullshit about their friendship. Yeah, some people like to say that Russians are friendly. No. They live in poverty. They're damn sad about everything. They're angry on each other, and there is no unity actually, which is good. That's the sign of the future collapse. I think that for Russia it's not possible to survive in that big state for a long time, and he was just paid.
Other places to compare it to. If you're just born in a hometown and you don't really travel, and you're just born there, that's all you know. So of course you're going to choose, where you grew up. That's what you know. That's where your friends are. That's where your family are. But I've been lucky as an MMA fighter and a grappler. I've traveled all over the world. I've been to like every different continent,
Okay.
To Russia, experienced Russia. I loved Russia. I've fallen in love with Russia, and go to different cities, do master.
Okay, this is the most replayed.
Them, and then finally recognize them, and then forgot them, and then recognize them again. So this is going back and forth. So I gave her this icon, and 2 days later, she didn't get up and walk. She wasn't cured.
Okay, I don't want to watch this bullshit, but they have their, propaganda thing. Some of the Westerners who are going to Russia, and they've been paid for that. That's it. Like Steven Seagal, also Gerard Depardieu, he was also there. Oh, by the way, about UFC. What's this new video? 1 hour ago from the most critical. I don't like Dana White. Why? Oh, why? It's kind of interesting.
I've recently been getting big into the UFC again.
Wow.
I'd always watched the big fights, and when I was in high school, I watched a lot more of it, especially GSP and Machida bouts. Lyoto Machida is my favorite fighter ever. But post-high school, I stopped watching as much and only tuned in to the big fights, and that's the way it's been for like the last 12, 15 years maybe, until recently. I've been getting more and more into the UFC, and as such, I've started hating Dana White more and more. I feel like as you pay more attention to the sport, you unfortunately have to pay more attention to this fucking fungus. Now, the obvious that everyone talks about is how he refuses to pay his fighters appropriate wages. And I'm not even here to really dive into this can of worms here. I'll briefly mention it, though, that it is sickening how underpaid the athletes are in the UFC. The only ones making, like, real money are, like, the actual superstars. But, like, their starter contracts of the 12-12, 12 the show, 12 if you win, that should be criminal. Dana White should be in handcuffs right now for that kind of shit. It's fucking disgusting how underpaid UFC athletes are if they're not champions. And it's something Sean O'Malley mentioned as well.
I didn't know about this shit. Oh my god. So they are signing the contract with UFC. They are fighting there, yeah? Just for the future perspective. Terrible contracts at the beginning. He's connected to the mafia. Yeah, I think so. Dana White is mafia. And Dana White is connected also to Donald Trump. They even want to have a UFC match or series of the matches in the White House. Then it should collab with Charlie. Yeah, I wish it would be possible. But I think it's not. Dennis didn't fight like him. On your words have. Yeah, collab with Charlie could be awesome, but maybe in the future, someday.
Though Sean O'Malley seems perfectly content being financially cucked by Dana White because he often defends it, but Sean O'Malley was talking about the money he made as a champion being significantly different from the money he makes not being a champion, which I think most people would expect, but the difference is absurd. I think a lot of you have probably heard that UFC fighters, when they're starting out, have to still have a part-time job elsewhere. They can't do the UFC full-time. It's not until you are literally like a top 5 cream of the crop level athlete in the UFC that you can act.
Yeah, that's the shittiest thing. Even in the usual sports, I think in boxing and like our Ukrainian guy is living in Japan and he's doing sumo, yeah, our sumoist. Antoshiki or Anoshiki, that's his name, new name now. So even for him, it was like completely different. I think it all based on performance, but I think they, like average sumoist or average boxers, they may do the full-time job from their sport. In UFC, it's like, yeah, it's strange.
Make livable money there, it seems, and the bonuses that they introduced are kind of just a band-aid for the problem of...
Well, from the very beginning, I would agree that it's kind of normal, yeah, from the very. But as Charlie says, top tier only gets enough money and contracts, just top tier, like this cherry on the cake. It's not okay that the system itself is corrupt, yeah?
Of Dana White being too cheap to actually pay his athletes. And I also just saw reports this week that they are now no longer accommodating team travel. They're only compensating for the head coach. Another classy maneuver here from Dana Worm White, who just has to find all kinds of grubby penny pinching schemes, because we have to remember, The UFC is just a tiny little indie promotion that's merged with the fucking WWE, and the UFC only generated $1.5 billion in 2025. That's not nearly enough to satiate Dana White's gluttony. I know I said I wasn't going to fully open this can of worms, and I still haven't. This is the tip of the iceberg when it comes to UFC wages and how they just don't want to pay their fighters at all. Now, I'll go ahead and move on to some other Dana White dunk topics in recent memory here, because he just keeps making a fucking fool of himself, and I have to clown on him for it. But before that...
Well, there was the guy in boxing, yeah? This big promoter, a black guy, with this kind of the hair, Mr. King, I think, or what was his name? I think he died already. He was the promoter of Mike Tyson and all of those. Yeah, and Dana White is, so he was a monopolist there, and Dana White is monopolist of UFC. Don King, yeah, Don King. So they had those corruption stuff, and here's the same. White House card is already set June 14. Really? Yeah, Don King. So many people complained back then about him. And Dana White, I think it's copy-paste, just different skin color.
I want to make a mention that I also despise the UFC WWE merger. I am just counting down the days until Dana White falls into his K-hole and then really gets convinced that he should be more involved with the WWE, so he tries to start shoving his meat over there and strong-arming some of his ideas in place. Like, listen guys, let me pitch you on something. What about Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Undertaker in a slippery dickory match? First one to hold the other's cock for a 3-count wins. Thoughts? Because I could just see him doing some dumb shit like that. He is just a factory of zero IQ ideas and even worse execution. Anyway, though, I want to show you a clip that I just saw this morning. This is from an interview that I think is 2 months old, and I think it really showcases just how evil of a man Dana White is. Now, a little context before this clip plays. I don't think Dana White has any respect at all for his wife. A while ago, I made a video covering an incident where Dana White and his wife got into a bit of a slapping match at a New Year's Eve party in public. She had slapped Dana White, and then he responded by slapping her multiple times in public, in full view of everything. When I covered that, people were very upset with me for talking about it, and then even outright denying that it was real, that this didn't happen, this is a fucking lie. And then Dana White himself had to do like the world's smallest violin press tour about it, like, listen, don't defend me, this was bad. And I'm not trying to just regurgitate all the talking points from back then, but in the clip you can see he's already grabbing his wife when she slaps him, and then he slaps her multiple times and pushes her away. And it's not like he was in any danger here. Let's not pretend that he had just been attacked by fucking Brock Lesnar. This has been yapped about to the cows
Macron situation.
come home already. I know that, as everyone's already
But Macron didn't slap his wife. He was slapped. That's it.
said numerous times, it's bad on all fronts. The slap from his wife is no good, and then the retaliation from him to slap her multiple times, also very not good. The reason why I'm bringing this up again is because after what we've seen him do publicly, like in that instance, and now what he's also now just said publicly about what he made his wife do in regards to the birth of his child to compensate his schedule, it just really feels like the most
What? Compensate his schedule?
loveless, miserable marriage imaginable. It just seems fucking terrible.
My son Aiden, when she was pregnant with him, the due date was the Chuck Liddell fight.
Oh, Lord.
And I said to the doctor, this ain't going to work. This doesn't work for me.
Man, I don't know where this medical field medicine is at, but...
So we scheduled a C-section to take him early.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So was she going to go natural?
What the fuck? C-section to get earlier just because of his schedule?
No.
Okay, but there was a C-section. You're like, no, we got to back this up. Like,
Yeah, was she going to go natural what? Like go in when the baby... Yeah, when the baby's due, you...
Right.
Hey, the baby's due, let's go.
But y'all did a
That was supposed to
scheduled
be
C-section.
Saturday on the fucking Chuck Liddell fight. That was the date that they pinpointed.
Right,
I'm
you're like, nah, this ain't...
Great channel.
Thank you so much, Joby in the kettle. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for the channel support.
Gonna happen, Jack.
It's not going to work for
Like,
me.
no, we're gonna be walking out in Vegas. like, something got to change. But if you
Thanks for follow with Liz.
change, okay, no, something.
So
But
digital detox.
He goes on to say digital detox does not exist for him. This story is just vile. Like, I don't know how
Yeah.
anyone could hear this and walk away with a positive impression of that. He jeopardized the safety and the health of not just his wife, but also his fucking baby, so that way he could go to the Chuck Liddell fight. So he had his wife undergo a C-section early in order to compensate for his schedule so he could still make that fight.
Yeah, this is unreal. He is so inhumane. I mean, Dana White is Dana White.
That's deplorable. And they're talking about it, like joking about it, jovial, like it's not something super serious. That's a huge deal.
Yeah.
You're going to C-section your baby early, so
Also, you know, C-section may go wrong. Like, doctors may do mistakes, or there could be some of the, how to say, difficulties after the surgery or during the surgery. After all, it's the surgery. It's anesthesia, it's the cut, it's blooding, it's everything. C-section is not a usual thing, I would say. It should be like, there should be something bad happening with the baby that might go wrong during the natural birth, yeah? So they wait, yeah? So we have the bad outcome and the worst outcome. So it's better to have like surgery, C-section. Yes, there are risks, but they're lower than natural birth, because during the natural birth, there maybe baby is not in the right position, maybe like everything may happen. So they say C-section. But here it's just, oh, I have the schedule, come on. This is the first time actually I heard it. It's the first time. And it's not just, okay, you may have your different, you may not like your wife, but why would she get pregnant in this case? But your baby, like, it's inhumane. It's like so violent. Even in this Mad Max Fury Road, that guy who is the villain, like, I forgot his name, with this mask and, yeah, iconic villain. He was taking care about his babies more than Dana White about his. I don't know. This is so unreal. This is a really insane surgery, but it has become too common in the United States. Many moms pick C-sections. Really? Just like that, yeah, because they don't want to give birth because it's kind of painful, yeah, could be. But yeah, it's not great, you know. I don't understand the story because it's not 100% necessary for the father to be there. So why C-section? Yeah, also very strange.
so you can go to that fight. Again, that puts his wife in danger. That puts his baby in danger. That's crazy to me that anyone's looking at this as anything other than just downright evil. This is so scummy. And he's proudly talking about it like, yeah, you know, I don't slow down. I just don't slow down. You know, my wife knows this. I'll be going all night. You know, she knew this getting into it. You know, in fact, you know, with the birth of our baby here, I even made her get a C-section early. Ha ha ha. So that way we can see that Chuck Liddell fight, you know? That's, what the fuck, man? That's crazy. Ordinarily, to a sane person, the birth of your child is going to be one of the most important, most memorable, most meaningful moments of your life. But to Dana White, that's just an obstacle, because now it's potentially infringing on his ability to go watch the Chuck Liddell fight.
Yeah, also, he's not given birth, so why not to go there himself and, like, if he doesn't care, you know, Cockster Mobster, it's kind of strange. I don't understand the story because it's not 100% necessary for the father to be there. Yeah, like what's the? But why did he tell? Like, it's not him giving birth. Yeah, so why he cared? Why he forced this action? I don't understand it.
That's how much he cares about his promotion. He needs to make sure, you know, the birth of his child is fucking That's peanuts. That's nothing. That's scraps. Spits on that. We're going to speed that one up. Let's get through that real quickly so that way you can go to the real thing that matters, the Chuck Liddell fight. Like, even the most diehard of UFC fans should hear this and be like, wow, that's extremely concerning. That's just genuinely fucked up. And I have seen some cope with people saying he's probably just exaggerating or kidding around. I watched most of that podcast there. He doesn't go back and say like, oh, that story I told about making my wife have a C-section to deliver our baby early for the sake of the Chuck Liddell fight so I could still participate. Oh yeah, I made that up. I pulled that out of my ass. That was just supposed to be a good goof, ha 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 moment, you know what I mean? So as far as I'm aware, this is a very real thing that happened. Something that he is very proud of.
Here, Mark.
Which I think is just sick. I think that is extremely twisted. And I also think it showcases his perspective on the UFC, where I believe Dana White is under the impression that people watch the UFC for him. Like, I think he believes that he is the UFC, not the fighters. And that's, I think, also demonstrated in how he pays them, or really doesn't pay them. So, him making it of, like, paramount importance that he is there for the Chuck Liddell fight, because that's what matters, is that Dana White is there for it. So he's willing to make the sacrifice of his wife's safety, the safety of the baby, jeopardizing both of their health, for the sole sake of ensuring that he can still be there, because that is what people care about. It is, I think it's just super fucked up. I truly do. And I would also imagine that most people that watch the UFC probably have the same viewpoint I do on it, which is the fighters are the ones that make the UFC, not the other way around.
Yeah, it's understandable with Charlie. Yeah, sometimes his videos are kind of, I wouldn't say long, but he repeats himself throughout the video, yeah? But still he has the talent to say the things like comparisons, some of the jokes and everything like that. Yeah, so he may make the story inflated, make it interesting with his comparisons, and yeah, he knows. Like, if I was telling about the story, Dana White is stupid motherfucker. He forced his wife to have a C-section for no reason. That's it. I don't know what else to say. Yeah? And he underpays his, the lower wages. Yeah, he underpays his fighters. But here Charlie made a video for 11 minutes and 39 seconds, and it's interesting to watch. I mean, with all of this vocabulary, reactions, and yeah, he's talented. Maybe that's why he has almost 18 million subscribers, because he's after all entertaining. Even though he was like most of the time sitting in his room and yapping about this stuff. Crazy. But it's not for everyone. I think I am quite boring. Then another MAGA success. Yeah. Then another MAGA success. But this is unhinged that they plan the UFC fight in the White House. This is completely nuts. This is the same wife he slept in 2023. I'm not sure. Not sure. Can't believe they are up to 80. Oh. This came to say you're doing very important work, and I support you 100%. Thank you so much, Lado Vazemek. I wish I could turn on my cam for you, Denys. I have a giant taco head. Really? Taco head is awesome. Here's a curl for pasta. I see. I prefer watching you, Denys. I'm like, come on. I'm like this boring guy. I just noticed the taco. Yeah, taco. Let's taco. Yeah. But I gonna move it. Like, it's after all too childish. If we'll speak about Trump, maybe. Yeah? Something about Trump, some big event. His speech, is it a big event or not? I'll put it, but yeah, just gonna remove it. And I want to show you how fast it's getting removed with those plates, you know? Just want to show you. I have those, the standard. There are 4 plates totally.
Let's Taco looks great. Mike sounds awesome as always. PP is everywhere.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, really enjoy those placards. So it's, as you see, it's like maybe 3 minutes, not more than that, I guess. Just chime on the veteran part. Bring back no. What the fuck was that? Take a ghost bird, yeah. So the only thing that it's very scratchy. So you don't see it on the camera, but I can see the scratches already on this image, so it's not really nice. Not really nice. I need to put the camera down a little bit. Yeah, that's the standard thing. We have this taco here. I will remove it. Hitaco like once a week, you will have time to use it. Okay, yeah. But I think it's like too childish after all for my channel. I already have like childish figures. So I think with Taco It's too much, especially for my main channel. Artemis 2. What is the Artemis? It's the new game or what? Ah, it's the launch. Let's check.
Three, two, one.
Is it happened? Did it happen? NASA Artemis 2 live from Kennedy Air Space Center. Why don't we have any kind of the comments about it? Kennedy Space Center. Oh, Trump will put his name here. He likes to put his names in front of Kennedy. It will be like Trump Kennedy Space Center. I'm sure about it. Phil, Mike Kagan, Kerrigan, thanks for the tip. Thank you. Helldivers 2 for the game content. Yeah, I already played it. I think people didn't like that one. I think Ark Raiders is in a way better, or no? Or Helldivers you think is better? No actual landing yet, this mission, right? No, this is one way, I think, yeah. This is not the return mission. 189 people watching. Here, more people watching. Somehow. Here we don't have the... this is the NASA channel, that's why more people... Well, I think it's better to watch it on NASA. Hi, Torn. Hope you're doing... Oh, seagulls were flying. It's not launching. Earliest launch next... What? But why do we watch this shit? Why people watching this? It should go off. How they name the stream? A live stream from Kennedy Space Center. Will provide continuous views on Artemis 2 moon rocket beginning on Thursday, March. With route from vehicle assembly building. Well, the Artemis 2 launch window opens as early as Wednesday. Okay. April 1st. The mission management. So they just live stream their missile? They just freaking live stream it. That's it, yeah? Look at our missile. Look how big it is. That's it? Or what? We love our rocket streams. Yeah, I know. Good, make some fresh coffee. Anyone want any? Yeah, please, one for me. Wednesday. But I don't understand, like, and so many people are watching this live stream. 380,000. Maybe I should launch a live stream of the live stream of live stream, yeah? They actually have astronauts in this launch. I think I know about this mission. They're gonna fly behind the moon and return back, yeah? It would be the first this long launch for a very, very long time, for decades. I think they're gonna go far away, further away. In case of the shuttle, the orange stuff situation, and they decided against painting. Because it just added unnecessary weight. Well, this missile is orange, I know. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. They stream just a rocket, you know. We're gonna stream rocket. It's interesting. Operator Starsky is streaming. He's streaming with someone.
Was when you were in London. What did you miss the most about home while staying there?
The only thing.
Coffee break with Roman трохи met. Ukrainian snipers trip to UK. Sniper?
They had this huge... oh fuck, my brain worked not so fast actually.
271 people watching. That's nice.
And this...
But he has lots of the subscribers, yeah. 400,000.
When you sit in somewhere, you have table and you can talk to people. In London, you have like between table like this space.
Operator Starsky has fetish with food, and I have fetish with microphones. Everyone has his or her own fetish. Oh, here's the explanation from BBC.
After more than half a century, we're heading back to the moon. The astronauts on the Artemis 2 mission will launch on NASA's mega rocket, the Space Launch System. It's big, 98 meters tall, that's 322 feet. 2 huge boosters will help to provide the power it needs to get off the ground. Near the top is the Orion crew module, where the astronauts will be strapped in. Above that is the launch abort system. If anything goes wrong, it will propel the crew to safety.
Aloha.
The astronauts making this epic journey are 3 Americans. Reed Wiseman, the mission's commander, who's had a lifelong love of flying but says he's scared of heights. Pilot Victor Glover, whose nickname is Ike. He says it stands for I know everything. Christina Cook, the only woman in the crew, she made history with the first all-female spacewalk. And Jeremy Hansen from the Canadian Space Agency, who's never been to space before. The astronauts will spend 10 days in the Orion capsule. It's about 5 meters wide and 3 meters high. The compact living space is where the 4 will exercise, eat, work and sleep. There are 4 seats for the launch, which can be packed away to make more room once they're in space. The astronauts will use a water dispenser for drinking and to rehydrate their food. They've each chosen their favourite meals for the trip. And a step just beneath the hatch doubles up as a flywheel exercise machine. The astronauts will work out for 30 minutes every day. Most importantly, tucked under the floor is a toilet. It's specially designed to overcome the challenges of going to the loo in space, but it's not very private. The mission to the moon and back will last about 10 days. The first day, the astronauts will orbit the Earth, checking the spacecraft's vital systems. On the second day, they'll depart for the moon. The journey takes about 4 days. As the astronauts fly around the moon's far side, they'll see parts of the lunar surface never seen by human eyes before. After that, they'll begin their 4-day journey home. The return is one of the most dangerous parts of the entire mission, and the crew will be relying on this, Orion's heat shield. It will have to protect the astronauts from temperatures of 2,700 degrees Celsius as the spacecraft speeds through the Earth's atmosphere. That's half as hot as the surface of the sun. The heat shield was badly damaged during the first uncrewed Artemis mission, but by changing the angle of Orion's re-entry, NASA is confident this won't happen again. Once the spacecraft is safely through, a series of parachutes will be deployed to slow it down. The astronauts will make a gentle splashdown in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of California, where a recovery team will be waiting. With their mission complete, the astronauts will be flown back to land. A chance to walk on solid ground again and reflect on their journey of a lifetime.
Yeah, it's kind of the long mission, I would say. Several days in such a space, 4 people, you know. Artemis 2. Interesting. I would like to stream the launch. I hope it will happen this week. I think the capsule is the top levers, better survival chance in case of the accident while starting. Yeah, I think capsule is okay. They'll be the first to see the dark side of the moon. Yeah. Well, it's dark, so I wonder if they will see something. There are so many conspiracy theories, especially from Trump supporters, that moon is a spaceship. Color. I see a dark side in the moon, yeah. Dark side of the moon. Wonder why there are so many conspiracy theories around. Well, some of them are quite believable. If we speak about Epstein files, yeah, you may easily, with all of those emails and all of the attempts of the political elite to block everything of that. Even I don't want to believe in those conspiracy theories about cults and control. Some of the Illuminati's Masons, but it is clear that there is some sort of the group of the people who are involved in some of the shitty stuff, yeah. Before, I didn't believe that, before Epstein files. I'm not saying that I believe in Masons or Illuminatis, but some of the group of the people, they are like outlaw and they're evil, let's say. And they are under control. Or want to be under total control. I'm not sure if they're under... I don't think that they control every country. I don't think so. But some of the countries maybe, yeah. We love, yeah, Rocket Livestream is nice. So now I tend, after Epstein scandal, I tend to believe into this cult conspiracy theory. Cool video with a small, yeah. It's kind of silly, but it's nice. Maybe a little bit long. Maybe I should have made it 2 times shorter. I also want to try this one. Well, for me it's unreal, but maybe in the future.
Cycle trip. Hopefully I'm going to make it from here in South Wales to China.
Well, not necessary to China. Cycling alone from UK to China, 10,000 kilometers in 90 days.
Okay, and we're off, and you can see I'm a little bit unsteady. The bicycle is fairly heavy. It's actually not so hard to balance at all. It just takes a little bit of getting used to, especially at slow speeds. So I'm just setting off here from Pontypridd, and on the first day I cycled across to Bristol to stay with my friend. The fastest way to get there is over the road bridge which crosses the River Severn, and there's a separate path for bicycles and mopeds, so this is quite a fun experience.
Oh, such a wide road for pedestrians and for bicycles here on the bridge. Crazy. And the river is very wide.
Okay, so this is not particularly exciting footage, but I think if you're going to attempt a long cycle trip starting from your front door, is a pretty good...
Well, I'm not sure if I can do it on a cycle, on a bicycle, but on a motorcycle, yes, why not? And it's way faster. But on bicycle, of course, it's challenging.
idea, because you can get your confidence up a bit and just focus on your fitness. You won't be struggling with any of the other problems like currency, language, food, or other culture shocks. And parts of the UK are really nice for cycling. I would say we have some
really
of the
beautiful. Yeah, really, really beautiful. Those trails and everything.
worst road cycling that I've experienced in Europe, because our roads can be quite narrow and busy with some good cycle paths, but often there aren't many good options. In Dover, I was lucky enough to stay with a really lovely couple from the Warmer Showers website or app, which is for connecting cycle tourists. So you can stay with like-minded people for free. And the next day it was down.
Wow. I didn't know that. Okay, we have application for almost everything. The dark side of the moon has day and night in more accurate to clear the dark. Okay.
To the ferry port. Of course, I had to say hi to the locals.
Gee, thank you. I like to watch those videos sometimes.
Taking the ferry with your bicycle is pretty straightforward. Queuing up and boarding can be a little bit...
At least I cannot do it myself right now, yeah? I'm very busy with my job, with all the stuff. But at least by watching those videos, I like associate myself with this guy who is traveling, and I like accompany him or her, depends who is filming, on a trip. So for me, it's very, very interesting.
Stressful, but they do often take cyclists, and it's usually pretty cheap, actually.
You can cycle straight down to the end, just follow the motorbike. Okay, great.
I prefer this a lot to flying with your bicycle.
Yeah, for flying, it's crazy. I also... what was the channel? I forgot the name. Ukrainians also, they travel a lot with them bicycles, and they show how they put the bicycles on the aircraft. It is the pain in the ass to fold everything, to unfold, to no. So of course here with the ferry it's better, but it takes more time.
I see a shining light in the sky.
Dunkirk to the border with Belgium. France.
This lovely life, what will begin to make
Nice. Good trails they have.
when we survive this
First night in the camping. Yeah, in Switzerland it's the problem here. You can camp only above certain level, above the forest line. That's the rule here. I think in Germany it's similar. But you can go for people not to see you and camp. I think it will work. Or on private, on special camping sites you might do it. Camping sites or above the forest level, or on private sites, yeah, if you negotiate with someone. But just in the forest, no, you cannot do it officially.
lovely life. In the distance, I see my mother's face. In the rear view, I see it.
Lots of the ships. And poo. Ship poo and ships. Maneuvers.
Get together again when we survive this lovely life.
But they left the way to the bicycle. They left the way. I saw the guy fly the reel to the frame on the 10K bike, looking for drugs, completely running. Really? They drilled into the frame. I think that was a carbon bike, yeah. That's shitty. Yeah, sometimes customs they are unhinged. That's the usual thing. Cows. Pedestrian and cycling tunnel. Interesting. Like he goes 163 kilometers a day. That's crazy. That's long. Ooh, this guy is unhinged. Did you see how he did it? Like this one on the front, and is he driving the car like that as well? Well, maybe it was, there was maybe the distance, maybe in the camera it looks like that, I know. Lots of the people cycling. I would like to go camping, but we aren't taking the Bentayga off-road. Ah. I see. Pedestrian way. And nice road. I think I'm gonna reduce the sound a little. I also have the same bags on my bicycle. Not yellowish, but oh, strawberry, nice. Aachen to Koblenz, 172 kilometers per day. That's a lot. That's a lot. Windmills. They're destroying the birds and the whales, right? Gravel road, it's not easy. Especially on those tires he chose. Europe.
I just stopped here for a break in a place called Roseburg. Rest unter den Linden. I guess it means rest under the trees. I'm just about to go down, hopefully, and join the Rhine. And then I'll head south towards Frankfurt today. So in Europe, a lot of the time I was following the signposted and mapped Eurovelo routes, which are sometimes on dedicated cycle paths, and other times they're on sensible roads. And I often tend to follow the rivers too, which is usually a good idea because they're flat. Although at times this area was flooded, meaning I had to take some diversions. At one point this nice German man helped lead me through a particularly tricky diversion. He seemed sort of furious for some reason, but he was actually really helpful. So I carried on mostly following the Rhine to meet my friend Leonard from 4 Better Science near Frankfurt.
Frankfurt, yeah, already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days. He's doing very fast. He's doing it very fast, yeah.
Along the river there are these little ferries that will take bicycles and maybe 1 or 2 cars across the water. This is quite helpful because sometimes the best cycle path is on like one side or the other.
Frankfurt.
Okay, today my Achilles tendon on my right foot started hurting a lot. I have to take it easy and maybe take a rest day tomorrow. A little bit stressful because I tend not to like taking too many days rest, but I'm not sure I'll have much of a choice if it keeps playing up like this. I tried a couple of ibuprofen, it feels a little bit better, but yeah, it doesn't feel good. Okay, so I did take it a little bit easier. The next day I just did 65 kilometers. Here I'm cycling with Leonard, he took me down to the river. And I'll save you the scuffed audio here. I'm just explaining that there's something a bit weird with the chain and I couldn't quite put my finger on what that was.
Oh shit.
Okay, so yeah, we're still just south of Frankfurt, and
I think he has some of the repair gear.
I'm in the tent here on a campsite, aqua camping, and it's raining. This is the first test of my camping endurance, really. Camping is fun, but it can be pretty stressful and annoying when it's wet. I've had a shower already and I've had my food.
I wonder how he would make it to China, yeah? In just a moment. It's interesting. I will skip some of his video, yeah, I'm not gonna watch 1 hour of the video. I just wonder, how can you make it to China, yeah? China is here. So, he is in Germany. Probably he will go to Austria, maybe Hungary, Romania, Bulgaria, or maybe via Serbia, I'm not sure. Or maybe he will go to the coast of Croatia. I just don't, well, through Europe, yeah? Then Turkey, Iran, or what? Well, he can go to Turkey, Georgia or Armenia, Azerbaijan, Baku, take a ferry to Kazakhstan, and from Kazakhstan to China. Or Turkmenistan, then Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, and also to China. Yeah. This is, by the way, one of the most beautiful roads out there. It's called Pamir, this between Afghanistan and Tajikistan. This road is legendary here. Pamir's Highway, also called. Lots of the motorcyclists go in there. And yeah, China, he goes to Beijing. It's really far away. So yeah, we'll see. It's interesting what he chose. For me, it's interesting what he chose.
And I'm just enjoying
Okay, he goes
the straw that breaks the camel's back. So yeah, after
Vienna, yeah,
Bernard,
Austria.
who I know from YouTube, this was really great fun, and cycling in Bernard's slipstream, I think I managed my fastest average pace for the whole trip.
Okay, so today
Budapest. Hungary, yeah. Budapest, it's like initial route, that's what I told, yeah. So Austria, Hungary, then maybe Romania, Bulgaria, and Turkey.
There's random cannabis plants growing in the edge of the field. Fell in the room, which in a way felt kind of unnatural. Both of my toes are now.
Oh no, Romania, Serbia, and Bulgaria.
This is beautiful.
Romania, Serbia, and Bulgaria. Romania, Serbia. It's very interesting, you know, if you plan this trip. Romania, so Hungary, Romania, Serbia, and Bulgaria. We cross 3 countries like this. And then it goes Turkey, of course. And I wonder if it will take ferry there.
So there's some kind of river patrol going on over there. And there's a bridge, I believe, down there. Eurovelo 6 in Bulgaria. Really taken out of me. And it's hot, it's like 33 degrees right now. Yesterday the sun went behind a cloud for the first time, and it felt like a couple of weeks or something stupid in area. It's kind of mountain range which
32 days he's close to Istanbul.
crosses
1 month
of Bulgaria,
already.
and I knew I was going to have to get over it. I've gone for a commuter recommended cycle way. I mean, it's a path. I've given up cycling now. Truck driver just stopped here in Turkey. It's my second day in Turkey. Just gave me a cold bottle of water. no particular reason. Just beeped his horn, stopped, and gave me a cold water. That's really kind.
Nice.
I'm having a much better time in Turkey. And look, there's a stork up there, I think.
So I crossed the border into Turkey around this area here. There are a couple of options for crossing Turkey. One idea would be to go through Istanbul and maybe follow this coastal road and area. I think the advantage of doing this might be decent amount of hotels and kind of tourist infrastructure, and it's probably a bit flatter near the coast. The option that I went for, I read that the traffic in Istanbul was pretty bad, and that these areas might be a bit more expensive, so I went to the coast down here, a small town or maybe a small city called Tekirdağ, and then I got a ferry which crosses the water here, and then I essentially just cycled through the kind of center of Turkey, probably a little bit less expensive to do, and I think you can make a bit faster progress to Georgia this direction. So today
he goes to Georgia. Georgia. I think that's Turkey, I guess, yeah.
And there's a fog on the pond and a whistle.
And Georgia.
Georgia.
There's a fairly quick change here from what felt pretty close to desert to me.
But I have heard really good things about cycling in Iran, so that is a shame. Another idea might have been to go through Russia and up to Kazakhstan this way. I didn't really think this was possible in 2024, although I did meet someone who did do this the same year that I went, so was possible, although I don't think it was particularly sensible to travel in Russia, especially with the war in Ukraine. And around that time, this area of Russia suffered a major terrorist attack, so I think a little bit too risky for me. If you look on YouTube, a lot of people have done a route where they continue from Georgia into Azerbaijan, and then you can take a boat or a ferry across to Kazakhstan or maybe Turkmenistan. This was the route that I had planned when I left. Unfortunately, in 2024, Azerbaijan's borders were closed to all tourist or foot traffic or car traffic. Only trucks could cross this area. The only option would be to take a flight from Tbilisi to Baku. And then I suppose I could have gotten the boat from there. To be honest, this felt a little bit pointless given that you can fly directly from Tbilisi to Aktau. And that's what I chose to do in the end. So realistically, of course, I would have loved to have completed the whole thing without flying. At the time, it just wasn't practical for me, and I don't regret the choices I made. I think these were fairly sensible decision to take this short flight. It's a pretty small distance in the context of the overall distance traveled, but maybe one day I can do it again and go through Russia or perhaps even Iran. So the flight was pretty straightforward, although I did go through a fairly panicked 48 hours.
I think he needs visa also to go to Russia if he really wants to cycle it. He could do it via ferry also, but yeah, Azerbaijan closed the border.
And I put most of the weight on the back of my bicycle. And by now my rear pannier was also fixed on with cable ties. These are really handy things to carry. So from here, a lot of people choose to cycle on to Tajikistan or Kyrgyzstan, and there's a really famous road called the Panir Highway. I chose a slightly different route. I went back into Kazakhstan and followed this relatively flat area up to the border with China at Zarkent. So from Samarkand, I had a few more days in Uzbekistan to cycle up to the border. To Beijing. To be honest, as I crossed this desolate area in North China on the train, I just can't say I was desperate to be out there on two wheels. Food on the train was really nice.
No, he also took the
concerns
train.
Of the conductor, I was enjoying a few beers as well. So my last day of cycling was a tour of Beijing on a rented bike, and I got to see some other tourist sites in China before.
Okay, so what happened? I don't know. Why he changed to the train?
Kilometers from Almaty to Zarkent, and I was struggling with an upset tummy still. I made some kind of silly choices here, skipping past some shops I should have stopped at and not buying food and water when I really needed to. At one point I ended up basically sleeping a big chunk of the day underneath a road bridge because I felt really nauseous. These were my last 2 nights camping, and despite the struggle, I think it is a fond memory now.
No, something went wrong with his health, probably.
So here I'm in China on the second day of cycling, and in China there's a lot more recent construction, and there are some nice cycle paths here. I even visited an ancient city under construction, and even though I think most people know that Xinjiang is a sensitive area, shall we say, there are tourist stations with nice toilets, signs in English, Korean, Japanese, so in some ways tourism seems to be encouraged. But I ended up having some tricky interactions with the police here. I don't want to be clear that the individual policemen were perfectly nice. One policeman took me out to dinner for questioning, but I was sent back a long way at one point to a checkpoint where some policemen went through my camera to delete photos. Here are some forbidden photos, by the way. I also took some matching ones on my phone, and they didn't ask to go through my phone, which makes me think that they were not going through the motions which are required by the chain of command. Obviously, they saw my phone and they must know that it can take photos. I've joked a few times
times that they probably thought I was a spy or even worse, a journalist. And in the end, I only cycled a few hundred kilometers after crossing the border to China. To be honest, I think I'd had enough. I'd made it my goal to cross into China at least, and I did make it to China. I accomplished that. If the conditions were good, I would have liked to have cycled all the way to Beijing, but with the pressure from the police to register and report and kind of plan where I was going, and this upcoming section where I spoke to a guy in a hostel who was going the other way, and he said I probably wouldn't be able to go on the highway anyway, I decided to leave my bike and take the...
Okay, now I understood. Kind of the interesting trip, I would say. Very interesting. China, good infrastructure. Yeah, they have good infrastructure. Yeah, Denys, just watch your video with Elixir. Love it. You need to do more of this. You know, I wrote to French military, French Air Force, and they replied. And the reply was kind of strange, though. Like I wrote, my name is Denys Davydov. I'm a pilot, aviation focused YouTuber creator, and live in Switzerland. So I want to collaborate, film the videos, you know, about Rafale. And they responded, thank you for your interest, Mr. Davydov. And the French Air and Space Force, we have received your email and will get back to you shortly with a reply. May we ask you, what is your deadline and how long would the final product be? So I replied then, as for the deadline, it depends on your availability. I'm free. So the schedule depends on your availability and arrangement of formalities. After filming, I need around 1 week to edit and publish. As for the second question, how long the final product be? I say that as for the second question, the length of the video is usually 20-30 minutes. I'm not sure what they meant by the deadline and the product. Like, those are two really confusing questions. Like, what is your deadline? And how long would the final product be? Thanks for the following, Scorp. This is sounds really strange. Well, I answered them and I'm waiting for more information. Yeah, it would be nice to film the videos like there is, you know, American YouTuber. This guy immediately.
What's up, everyone? I'm here at Dyess Air Force Base, Texas, home of the 317th Airlift Wing. Today, we've got one mission, and that's to show you what
He's gay, by the way. He is gay, by the way. By the way, he is gay. But he got the access like Sam Ekholm. And he is filming like a lot of the videos about Air Force especially. I think he is serving in the Air Force. So lots of the videos he filmed. B1, like they gave him almost full access to film those videos. Oh, KC-135 Stratotanker.
This is the KC-135 Stratotanker, and at first glance, it might not look too different than your typical commercial.
So I would like to...
Very similar.
And Dad, I know you've flown a lot of different aircraft.
Plan for Mito takeoff, 12-second interval.
Tank and our forward body tank. So when we do AR, I'm going to be giving them, I'll be turning.
We're fueling right now the F-16s. I love some fighters.
Well, I cannot wait to see these F-16s, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
So at this point, I could see the F-16s often.
So this is the high quality, video, yeah? So I want to film something like that.
Sure, we have rudder vator control and waiting for our elevation to get 30 degrees.
And I know they call the boom like a flying boom. It actually has like winglets on it, right? And kind of like little...
Yeah, it definitely can be.
Yeah, but there's lots of the production here, I think.
It's flying with this engine, both in the 135 as an airline pilot. So what's it like flying with these things?
Well, when I first started flying the KC-1...
You see 2 cameras at least. I'm sure some of the light, you know, some...
Here in bomber aircraft, rear of the aircraft that a single boom operator controls.
When I was flying it, we carried parachutes, and
if you have to keep your fuel for the aircraft.
So it is interesting. I think C-130s. Oh yeah, U-2 spy flight. This is crazy.
The U-2 is a product of the 1950s, when espionage use it like a regular selfie stick. It's like having a cameraman following you around. If you're interested in purchasing the X4 for yourself or learning more about its capabilities,
He put even advertisement here of Insta360. I thought that he was, paid by American Army or some, but they promo Chinese products in filming American military. Interesting.
Do a claustrophobia check on folks.
How you feeling, sir? Feel okay?
Yeah, feeling good. What'd you do?
But this is so unique experience flying U-2. This is so unique. Like I cannot compare it with anything.
It takes a bunch of people to make this bird take off, and we appreciate all of them. Maintenance, PSD, everybody. Thank them for everything they do to make the mission happen.
And then it's a blast off, huh?
Visuals nice, they put some camera filters there. Look how worn out the cockpit really is. It's the damn old airplane. Yeah. Paper checklists, everything.
You're about to see. Ready?
Nice voice of the pilot.
Charlie, ready. Here we go.
You see double cockpit, one on top. Pilot is here and he is, I think, upstairs. This plane. Oh, look how he steers it.
Here we go. Whoa!
That is fast, yeah. I didn't know that they're so powerful, those planes. Look at the mirror. The plane has a freaking mirror. Just look, yeah? This is crazy. F1.4 motor it has? Oh, I didn't know. Yeah.
That is incredible.
It's kind of powerful, like a fighter jet. Looks.
We ain't done yet.
And the
So right
voice
now we're
of the
about 0.3
pilot is
miles from the field and the spiral
it's perfect. It's freaking perfect.
That was literally a rocket ship. Makes sense you wear the spacesuits.
Oh yeah.
As for this radio voice, it's nice.
NorCal Opinion 09 passing 200 for 230 request higher.
Opinion 09 Oakland Center, climb maintain outer above flight level 600, report reaching.
Outer above 600, Opinion 09, welcome.
It's funny, I was going to ask, is it normal, like right after you put your suit on, you just get like an itch on your nose?
It can.
And it's like, can't do much for the next couple hours.
Yep.
Oh, that was funny.
There's 45,000, Sam. What's the highest you've ever been?
So I did hit 50,000 once in an F-15, which was incredible, but we only did it for a few seconds, so this is going to be a lot more legit, I'd say.
Yeah, we won't have any problem shattering that one today.
Now, crossing 50,000 feet is a bit of a milestone. This is the altitude where Earth's atmosphere ends and the stratosphere begins, and historically was once considered space, or at least what's known as the space equivalent zone.
Well, Sam, there goes 50. Your old altitude is now old.
What show is this? This is this YouTube channel, Sam Ekholm. Really fantastic videos he films.
It's all new territory from here.
And you can see she still wants to climb. At altitudes above 50,000 feet, a person will become quickly hypoxic. Why? Simply put, there's not enough air pressure to allow your lungs to absorb the limited amount of oxygen that's in the atmosphere. So if you're going to be flying at these altitudes, you need to be wearing a full pressure suit, hence why we call it the space equivalent zone. So if you notice here, if you kind of look slightly above the horizon, you can see a gradation of blue into a dark blue.
Yeah.
If you could look directly above you, it would go even darker. So as we continue to climb here, if you kind of...
Oh my god, 70,000 feet, that's crazy, crazy high.
Towards the sun there. And you can start to make out the gentle curve.
As the numbers on the altimeter continued to climb higher and higher, and as we quickly approached the 70,000-foot milestone, the views to my left and right were something straight out of a sci-fi movie. Other than the astronauts in the International Space Station, the two of us sitting in this aircraft are the highest human beings in the world. And as my pilot Mongo reminded me, because the rear cockpit in the two-seat version of the U2 sits a few feet higher than the pilot in the front, that meant I was actually the highest human on Earth.
You really are on top of the world here.
Well, you more than me right now.
Yeah, that is true. And I guess I'm, what, 2 feet higher than you? Question, but does the view ever get...
Go too slow and you'll stall the jet. Go too fast.
Ah yeah, this coffin corner, yeah.
Wow. So it's only been a little over, an hour and a half for me.
Yeah, it's a little induction heater, kind of down by
They can
left
eat.
hip. So, electric induction, heated.
They can fly, yeah. Even now they fly. There is the military base in Cyprus, and that's the base for U2, for American U2. The Edge of Space, yeah. Yeah, fantastic video. And it got 13 million views. It got 13 million views for that reason. U2 crew, Chief here, thank you so much for making this video. It's amazing to show everyone what hard work achieves this plane. You never really see much about this jet, even as a crew chief. So even for me, it's super inspiring and incredible. Thank you. Pilot has a voice built for cinema. Yeah. Deep, commanding, and calm. Yeah, perfect voice. Pilot, it was really nice to listen to him for this radio. Perfect voice, absolutely. Popular. Did he film something about... yeah. About this guy.
This is the A10 Thunderbolt II, an iconic attack aircraft that's essentially a flying tank. Now, you've probably heard the A10 referred to by another name, the Warthog, and that's due to its fierce, aggressive, and distinctive appearance. In fact, it's been said that the A10 is the ugliest, most beautiful aircraft on the planet. Now today, I'm here at Moody Air Force Base with the 23rd Wing Flying Tigers to learn all about the A10's incredible design and capabilities. But we're not just talking theory, because we're gonna have the chance
we're gonna just
to witness a live fire demonstration that I promise you won't want to miss. So
oh yeah, there is no training for this. I think there is no secondary cockpit, it's one cockpit airplane. There is no training variant for this one. You just go and fly. You train on something else. On simulator.
that protects both the pilot and the flight controls. Even if the gun itself were to malfunction and explode, it wouldn't be able to penetrate the cockpit due to the robust titanium design. So when A10 pilots are flying in enemy territory, taking on enemy fire, what's going through your head? I mean, I know this aircraft is incredibly durable, so that's got to be pretty comforting knowing it takes, quite a lot to bring this thing down?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, you have we're doing our CSARs. It helps us communicate with them and find where they're at. Moving on, we've got our...
Well, even though he was not flying, but they let him put the camera in the cockpit, you see?
Final, and you're pointing your gun, your crosshairs aren't moving. It's to pretty much ensure that when you're down final, you're going to get the most accurate shot.
And I know your helmet's a little unique too. I see you got a cool little monocle there. What's that all about?
So right here we have the helmet mounting cueing system. And what this allows the A10 pilot to do is wherever we look down on the ground, we can slave our targeting pod to wherever we're looking. So I'll look down on the ground right there, and I'll tell my targeting pod, I want you to look also at that spot. And that really helps us expedite the targeting process.
Yeah, it seems like they want to retire them this year, but I'm not sure. Because they still use them. They still use them in the war, even in Iran. But they made the decision to retire. Maybe they'll postpone it once again. I'm not sure. Because there is no really... nothing to replace it with. A10 was developed around the gun, yeah. Yeah, I think A10 is also good for interception of the drones. It could be good. Because it's the low, slow flying airplane. Vietnam is the reason for A10 to exist, maybe. So yeah, a fantastic channel this guy has, you know. Probably he filmed absolutely everything. He got millions of views. The production is fantastic. And I think he's working not alone, but with a team. I'm more like a vlogging guy. Yeah, okay, this airplane, that airplane. But for him, like, different cameras, some of the storytelling, some of the... he doesn't have lots of the videos in general on his channel, but those are... every video has like millions of views because it is freaking unique. Inside Air Force Academy. Jet engine. Galaxy C5. Top Gun. Ah, that's the model.
To make it survive the environment.
For all the viewers out there, can this thing actually fly?
No.
Is there a real-life flyable Dark Star out there somewhere?
Sam, with movie magic, this can fly. But in the real world, this is a mock-up of our hypersonic airplane concept for the Top Gun movie. But what it represents really is our leading edge in hypersonics and how Lockheed...
They really built the full-scale mock-up of the plane for the movie. But it looks nice, yeah? Those forms and everything. Looks really cool. Was developed during the Vietnam era. Yeah, somebody has to shoot the peaks. Very professional artwork. For a while, A10 lacked even radars. I was chased by Apache once. It was scary. Yeah, Kid Rock was chased by Apache. Yeah, as I showed on the stream. One Apache pilot came to visit him in the pool. Now they're under investigation why they've done it. That's crazy. Right, guys, I think I'm gonna film the video with the Ukrainian update. It's been a while for the live stream, so thank you so much for joining me for blah 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 today. And see you around, yeah. Maybe a little later I'm gonna start one more, but I'm not promising. I'm not promising. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for your kind support. Ciao.